Hey there, Cougars. Welcome back to Harbinger Weekly. I'm Brennan Tuma with Harbinger Student Media. Today is Monday, March 27th of 2023. Let's go to Alexis Nellum for your news update.
Thanks, Brennan. Recently, ICC conducted a tornado drill on the East Peoria campus. Students were provided instructions on proper procedure from the campus-wide intercom system. In light of the drill, Stephanie McClaskey, managing editor with Harbinger Student Media, met with ICC's campus police chief, Erica Schwaderski, to learn more about other safety measures. Let's take a look at that interview now.
Hi, I'm here with Chief of Police at ICC, Erica Schwaderski, and we're going to talk a little bit today about safety protocols. Thank you so much for your time today, Erica. I appreciate that. Sure. And I was just wanting to get some information on, what are the different protocols? Obviously, we had a tornado drill yesterday. Do you guys have drills often, or here at ICC, is there drills often?
Yeah, so we generally would do one each semester, so each fall we'll do one, and each spring semester. A lot of times it's been our fire evacuation one. We did one at Peoria campus for the fall, and then for the spring we decided that, springtime, this type of weather, we haven't done one for a very long time, so let's do a tornado drill to get people thinking about what they need to do in that one instead.
And that's a good idea because tornado season is
Yeah,
upon us. What are we required to do as students in the case of a fire? I wasn't a part of that drill, so.
Okay.
What?
Sure. So fire, obviously we want people to get out, right?
Yeah.
This campus, it's a little more, little farther from parking lots and this long building, but we still want people to get out, get down to the main level, get out. There's a first floor on the other side that kind of leads out to a parking lot also that people maybe aren't aware of, but they can get out that way. And then biggest thing is, not to gather in the courtyard when you get out, is to keep going past that, kind of get out towards the parking lots. Because nobody wants to, if something really is happening, nobody wants to get caught in this courtyard area either.
Does the alarm sound similar for a fire as it did yesterday? Is it the same alarm?
It'll sound similar, and it goes over all of the same speaker system, but it will also have the strobes flashing then also.
Okay.
So you'll see the red things on the walls. Not all of them have speakers, but all of them do have the strobe. And so some people ask, how come the strobe doesn't go off during any announcement? And the reason for that is if somebody is hearing impaired and that strobe's going off, it needs to be for one specific thing, and that means to get out of the building.
Obviously, in light of a lot of tragic campus shootings in recent times, what do students do in the case of that? In case of an active shooter?
It's called active shooter, active assailant, hostile intruder. It's different names, right? Because it doesn't have to be shooting. It could be just somebody actively trying to hurt others, right?
Okay.
And we have a lot of things out there. You've heard the term of run, hide, fight as one. There's a lot of different terms too, but we usually go with the run, hide, fight. People's first option is to run and to get out. We have announcements just like that tornado announcement. We have a pre-recorded announcement that could go out if we determine something, and it tells people, hey, there's an active event in this building. Get out if you can. Next step is to hide if you cannot get out, right? Okay. So you're gonna run if you can. You're gonna get out away from anything that's a danger to you, right? But if you're unsure, if you can't get out, you're blocked somewhere, then you're hiding where you can. It's shelter in place, lockdown, those type of things where you hear those different phrases. But that would be, this room would be a very good example. You're 2 doors in from the hallway. You get in here, you maybe stay under a desk, you turn off all the lights, you silence your phone. So you have it out so that, because we would be sending out my alerts also at that point. And that's going out to everybody's text. We'd be giving people updates. Maybe we know certain locations at a certain point. Maybe we know that, hey, this has been taken care of, because hopefully it's just a few minutes. A lot of times statistics tell us that, right? It's a few minutes that we can handle that threat, and then everybody is safe at that point, but we still want you to stay where you're at and still shelter there. But it gives people that knowledge that, hey, I can be here, I'm safe, I just need to stay here for a little longer while it's being handled, and then we'll keep giving those updates to people of what instructions they need to do. And then, obviously you have the run, hide, fight. You have that fight at the end because maybe you are right in the middle of something, right? Sometimes that could happen. It's going to happen someplace if it does, right? And we always say that you have to think about what you're going to be willing to do in that situation, right? And you have to be ready to act immediately. Mm-hmm. So as faster somebody can act and not freeze about something, the more chance everybody has. And maybe there's one active person that's trying to hurt others. There could be a whole group of people, and if they're all willing to work together to go against that person, they have a much higher chance of surviving, right? Yeah. So what we have an emergency response guide, we say. It's posted in a lot of classrooms. It's a little flip book. In a threat, you're not gonna have time to read through it, right? Right. So I tell people to read it ahead of time, right? There's different things in there. There's evacuation, fire. There's things about tornado. It says, every building on campus, it tells you where you should go if you're in that building. It tells you things about active shooter, different tips on that. And then it also talks about just things like medical emergencies, where the AEDs are on campus, how they should call us. It gives information about our Guardian app, which we always recommend everybody puts on their phone. Easy way to text us. Say you're in that situation, you can't give us a call. You could text us and let us know what's happening. And that's a quick way for a dispatcher to get information back and forth with somebody.
And is there anything else that you feel that should be added as far as handling emergency situations on campus?
The biggest thing is just to know we're here 24/7, I guess. We are here, we have police officers here, security officers here, dispatchers here on site. We are here to help whenever we need to. So, one thing I will add for the tornado, so we did have this question come up. An alert went out yesterday to our campus housing, and we told them, hey, we're doing a tornado drill, get to the main building, right? And some people ask, well, why would I run out of my area that I feel safe in, and why would I run over here? A tornado could go through here, and campus housing is not something, it's not nearly structurally as sound as these buildings that are made of concrete and that have basements, right? Yeah. So if they can get out, we want them to. We want them to give that time to come over here to this building and get down to the lower level, because they're much safer here than sitting over at their apartment. And we had that question come up, what if it happens in the middle of the night, right? Like I said, we have officers here 24/7. We have procedures in place where one of the first things we're doing, dispatch is unlocking those doors closest to housing. Our officers are going over there and making sure that they're coming that way and can get down in. So any time of the day, if something like that goes off, we're ready to have them over here if they need to.
That's what they train you for, right? Yes. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Erica. I appreciate you. And hopefully that some of the student body gain some knowledge and can be prepared for these type of situations.
Yes. Hopefully none of these ever happen, right?
Yes. Hopefully none of these ever happen. Yeah.
Thanks, Chief Swiderski, for that detailed explanation of campus safety protocols. Now back to Brennan Tuma.
Thank you, Alexis, for that news update. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode of Harbinger Weekly. Be sure to check out our other content at iccharbinger.com. Of course, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button below. Again, I'm Brennan Tuma. Thanks for tuning in. Until next week, go Cougars.
Harbinger Student Media, covering areas of education for sake of the liberation, with ICC information.